So if you're watching this video, chances are you're probably brand new to condo ownership and you're looking to learn more. If you're in a market like the Greater Toronto area, condo is probably your entry point into real estate ownership. Many people purchase a condo as their first home, but it doesn't become their forever home. They then use it to leverage that towards scaling up and purchasing a detached home or another type of property. And in this video series, I want to educate people on condo ownership, what you need to know as a potential condo buyer, how to get into the market, and what I, as a Toronto real estate agent specializing in the condo industry, having spent over 10 years in Toronto condos, how I educate and position my clients when we start working together. So in this first video, I want to talk about condos as a form of ownership and how are condos different than freehold. So for some, these two terms may be meaningless. Maybe it's terms that you're not even familiar with. So when you're thinking about freehold, think about you own the home and you own the land that it's on. So usually that's a detached house or a semi-detached. And then there's townhomes that are both condo and freehold. So it's important to know the difference. But anyways, freehold is you own the home and you own the land. Condo is you own the home and then you own a proportionate share of the common elements. So typically we see that in a condo building where you own an apartment, but it can also be in a townhouse complex as well. Now, what you need to understand is a condominium corporation, it essentially operates as a non-for-profit business. So every unit owner pays maintenance fees, which go towards things like utilities. They go towards paying for contracts like management and cleaning. And then they also contribute to a reserve fund. A reserve fund is essentially a piggy bank where the condominium corporation is putting money aside for future improvements and repairs. So a condominium is governed by the Condominium Act in Ontario. So it's very tight. I mean, I've known that there have been news articles out there about condominiums going into things like special assessments, having debt, even, really bad things happening. Those were one-off situations, and there have been measures that have been put in place with the Condominium Act now to prevent that and to put more integrity into the industry. Now, one thing that you need to understand when you're buying a condo, and like I already mentioned, it's like you own your unit, but you also own a proportionate share of the common elements. You're responsible for the upkeep of those common elements along with all the unit owners. Who makes decisions in a condominium environment? It's the board of directors. So the board of directors are essentially elected residents. There's a president, and then there's usually 2 or 4 other positions who kind of govern the condominium. They make decisions. They decide what contractors are going to be hired. They approve the budget. They host the annual general meeting. Essentially, they are like the governing people of that condominium. As a unit owner, you have an opportunity to get involved as well. Like if unit owners don't like what's happening in their condominium corporation, well, they can run for a board position. They become vacant every 2 or 3 years, some even every 1 year. So there is definitely an opportunity to get involved. Now, there are also governing documents in a condominium. Essentially, we usually refer to that as a status certificate. Status certificates have information in there like financial history of the condominium, their budget, minutes from the annual general meeting. So basically, it's like a package of how the condo corporation is doing with their finances. And the reason I'm talking about this status certificate now is that it's really important when somebody is picking a condominium corporation, a condo to buy a unit in. They're not just looking at that unit, but they're also having that, status certificate document reviewed by their lawyer to make sure that they're, making a purchase in a condo corporation where they're in a good financial state. They're not, constantly being sued, because there are different condo corps that have different histories. Things have happened, and some condos have a really good reputation, but other condos have not such a great reputation. That's why it's important to also navigate, that condo world with somebody that understands that environment, has been around that environment, and can help guide and shape you through that. In upcoming video series, I'm going to be talking about things like condo rules, condo governance, things you need to understand to pick a condo that's right for your lifestyle, how to actually get out there and start looking for a condo, how to know what your budget is. So I do hope that you found this video to be insightful. I would really appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you again in the future in the next episode of this video series or any other video that I put out on my channel. My name is Alex Waniecki. I'm a Toronto realtor, Remax Condos Plus. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.